Biden's child detention centers are now bursting at the seams. I like how when Trump had these detention centers along the border, they were called internment camps or concentration camps. Hello and welcome to The Ordeal. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you're going to leave a comment, please be nice. Don't accuse anyone of getting what they deserve or just being evil in general, because that can get your comment taken down by YouTube and me in trouble. So I'll just end up taking those comments down if I see them. But thanks for commenting. Please do. Just be nice about it. And if you're new to my channel, I challenge all things woke, and this is definitely woke, because why would you vote for Joe Biden unless you were woke? Actually, I know people who voted for Joe Biden that I would not call woke, but the whole notion of getting Biden into office was because of, I mean, he is so very woke. You know, I've showed the video before where he says white culture used to have women as chattel 100 years ago. They were sold and bought and sold just like cattle. I'm like, that never happened. Not to non-slave women. You know, that wasn't a thing that we did to just every woman because they're women. But, you know, Joe Biden, he knows what he's talking about, because he's got his little detention centers down near the border with Mexico where they're just bursting at the seams. So let's see what this article has to say. Before we do that, I do want to point out that, you know, AOC, she called Trump's border internment camps concentration camps, not detention centers. And this article here, written by a Jewish man, agrees with her, because you can really know what a detention center is, what a concentration camp is if you are Jewish. I mean, it's in your blood because of what happened during World War II. I mean, these people are ridiculous, and these are claims that are made in these articles. These are not me making these claims. I don't make these claims. It's the insanity of the woke. So back to the original article. Government facilities that host unaccompanied migrant children are rapidly reaching capacity due to COVID-19 operational restrictions, causing the Biden administration to rely on privately operated Trump-era facilities in Texas. Oh, so Trump had something right. Are you saying that? Are you conceding the point that Trump did something right? Okay. An emergency temporary facility in Carrizo Springs, Texas, was reopened Monday, and around 200 migrant children were transported to the facility that will hold up to 700 migrant teenagers due to permanent facilities reaching maximum capacity and increasing apprehensions of unaccompanied children. CBS News reported U.S. Border Patrol encountered 5,700 unaccompanied minors in January 2021, according to the Customs and Border Protection, CBP. So let's assume that's an average month. That's probably low because January is cold and people don't want to be outside. But we'll say that 5,700 is average. In fact, we'll just drop it down to 5,000 to 60,000 illegal unaccompanied minors coming here, right? People can be illegal. Sorry, you know, I know you got the little signs in your front yard saying, nobody's illegal. Yes, there are illegal people. That's just how it is, whether you like it or not. You want to argue semantics, have fun with that. I'm not going to argue with you because that's a pointless argument. So 60,000 children wandering in the desert. Now, according to Amnesty International, 60% of unaccompanied women trying to illegally cross the border are assaulted in that very special way, which is horrendous and should never happen to anyone. That's just the women. I don't know what percentage of men and boys are. I don't know. Probably a fairly significant number as well. The solution to the problem is people need to stop coming here. Just stop coming here. It solves all these problems. They would stop coming here so much. If we had, what's that thing that you like when you put one of those things up to keep like stuff out of your area? What is that thing called? Oh yeah, it's called a wall. I don't know what else to tell you other than, you know, these horrendous things are happening to people. Don't come here. It's not the lap of luxury you believe it is. You're being told things like, oh, we were told when we get to the border, we get a job and a house. No. I don't even have a house, and I've lived here my whole life. I'm lucky I have a job, considering what's happening in the world. BCFS Health and Human Services, a government contractor, privately operates the facility for the Office of Refugee Resettlement, ORR. Within the Department of Health and Human Services, HHS, The Daily Caller News Foundation reported the facility received criticism for the high cost of daily operations and an alleged lack of transparency. We can confirm that the BCFS Health and Human Services Emergency Management Division is operating the facility. A spokesperson told the DCNF Monday, "We are simply tasked with opening the influx shelter due to the increased number of minors being referred to ORR and the limited bed capacity in ORR shelters. The Biden administration is focusing more on child welfare than enforcement," HHS spokesperson Mark Weber said. The Washington Post reported, "Carrizo Springs is operated on a federal emergency management system and is expected to close when the pandemic ends and children can be placed in permanent facilities." The Department of Health and Human Services previously refused to say how the treatment of migrant children in the facility would be different from the Trump administration. The DCNF reported, yes, because it won't be different. It's not going to be any different. I know that everybody wants to think that, oh, Trump was such a big baddie. He was the evil bad man. He's worse than Hitler. So he was gonna like gas the kids and stuff. I know that people want to like hurt the little kids. That's why they put them in those camps. That's not true. I've heard that rhetoric all over the internet. They were there for their own safety and for the safety of the citizens of the country, the United States. Because if you just let these kids run free through the streets, what's going to happen? They're going to get into trouble. They're going to get into accidents. They're going to get hurt and killed. They're going to be kidnapped and sold as slaves of a certain sort that you can use your imagination to figure out which kind I'm talking about. Because there is slavery in the rest of the world still. They would also be committing crimes because they need to get food somehow. So how are they going to get that if they have no money and no parents to give them food? They're going to have to steal the food. So they're just going to cause problems. That's why they're putting these detention centers until we can figure out what to do with them. That's how that works. Okay, it's not a punishment system. It's a safety thing, all right? It's just the reality we live in.
It's unnecessary, it's costly, and it goes absolutely against everything President Joe Biden promised he was to do.
San Antonio-based immigration lawyer Linda Brandmiller said,
"It's a step backward is what it is. It's a huge step backward."
It's not a step backward. In fact, it's a step forward to making this country a safer place. And we need to just stop all of it. You know, just stop all, and no more people come. Sorry, you can't come. We catch you, we send you back. Or something. Problem solved. Why do you want all of these people to come? Why do you want 6 million people to come here who do not share the same culture that you have? Why do you want that every year? Every year. That's what's happening in this country. 6 million people coming here who not share the same language, the same culture. In fact, they have an antithetical culture, and they demand that we speak their language. I don't know what to tell you other than that seems wrong to me. Maybe I'm just delusional, but what do I know? Over 13,000 taxpayer-funded beds in nearly 200 facilities are available to migrant children, though around half of them are unusable due to the virus regulations. Weber said the Post reported around 7,000 migrant children were in HHS custody as of Sunday, filling facilities to nearly 90% capacity. But I thought that most of the migrants came by plane. Most of these illegal immigrants came by plane. Yeah, George Ramos said only 40% of all undocumented immigrants come by plane, and they overstay their visas. Well, what about the ones that come by boat? How many come by boat? What, 20%? Another 40%? 60%? 185% come by boat and overstay their visas? Are you kidding me, George Ramos? Why do we need to? Of course, we're doing it all wrong. We should just get rid of those darn internment camps where they're just torturing the kids. We should just get rid of those, right? Mr. Ramos, that's how that works? No, you're an imbecile. You don't know what you're talking about. Okay, the fact of the matter is that most illegals come by walking over the border. Yes, there are many who come by plane and overstay their visas. There are many who come by boat and overstay their visas. But the problem is that the majority come by walking over the border. This is so ridiculous. You people can't figure this out. Weber said the criticism of the facility was because people correlate them with immigration and customs enforcement centers and said that children receive good care regardless of the administration. The Carrizo Springs facility does not have to meet state licensing requirements, though Weber said the facility will meet or exceed Texas standards. The Post reported it costs around $800 daily to hold a child at influx facilities and just under $300 to keep them at permanent facilities. No, it doesn't. Where are you getting these numbers from? $800 to keep them in a small room where they have a bed? What? How are you arriving at that number? It doesn't cost me $800 a day to support myself in my apartment that has more than one room and more than one bed. And I feed myself probably better food than they're feeding these children. Plus, I have expenses on top of that, like student loans and health expenses. Not even it doesn't even cost me $300 a day to do that, let alone $800. Wow, where are they getting those numbers from? Children will remain at Carrizo Springs facility for around 30 days as HHS works to place them with a sponsor in the interior of the U.S. The Post reported, you need to place them with a sponsor outside of the United States. Get them out of the country. This is the third most populated country in the world, in case you were unaware of that. This is the third most populated country in the world, and it's not the third largest country in the world. Of course, the first two countries, as far as population is concerned, are also not the first and second largest countries in the world, especially India, which is way smaller than the United States, but has 3 times as many people living in it. We need to stop having people come here because there's just way too many people as it is. We can't save them. If you brought all of the people from South America and put them into the United States, this place would be just like South America. That's what it would be like. Do you want that? Because I certainly don't. If I did want that, I would just move to South America. There's an idea. Maybe you should just move to a country that doesn't hold children at the border. Solve your problems. Around 750 unoccupied minors remained in CBP custody Friday, despite the law requiring them to be transferred to the ORR within 3 days of apprehension, CBS reported. Yeah, we can't deal with the situation on the border. The way you deal with it is you stop the thing from happening. You stop the people from coming. It's very, very simple. It's a very simple prospect. You just go there, say, okay, you can't cross over this border here. Well, why not? Well, I don't know, because there's a giant concrete and steel wall there. I don't know, there's a giant pit that's 30 feet deep that is made out of concrete. But you can't just jump over that. It's 10 feet wide. Try, you'll hurt yourself badly. Don't do it. Don't try. Okay? There's ways to solve this problem. It could be solved tomorrow, and I'm sorry that these people in these southern countries don't have a life that is as nice as we have in the United States. But I've seen this throughout my life. The standard of living is dropping in the United States in a lot of ways, not in every way. Some ways it's rising. But it's because one of the main factors is because of this uncontrolled immigration. Illegal or legal, it doesn't matter. If you come here illegally, there's no job waiting for you. Don't come here. There's a movie called El Norte that I had to watch in college. It was about a brother and sister who came to the United States illegally. They had to pretend to be married to live where they were going to live, to live together where they were going to live. They ended up crawling through drainage pipes where there were rats, and they got diseases from them, and the girl died because of that. And then they didn't have good work. They had terrible working conditions once they got here. So it's not all amazing fun and games just because you're told that in the South. If you're listening to this and you understand what I'm saying and you're south of the U.S. border, yeah, don't come here. It's not a paradise. It is maybe better than where you are. It may very well be better than you are, a lot better. But you're not going to walk here and just get a job and then everything's going to be fine. And everything's going to be set and your life is going to be on easy street. It's not like that. Believe me, I've been unemployed many times in my life. It is not fun. It is very difficult. Things are expensive in the United States. It can be very hard to get by if you don't have lucrative employment. That's why we keep screaming about raising the minimum wage to $15 an hour. So anyway, thank you very much for stopping by. That is all I have for today. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you all next time.